Have you ever heard of the saying, I robbed Peter to pay Paul? Or she had to rob Peter to pay Paul? Ever stop to think about what it actually may mean? Well, to me, it means let me take from the poor to give to the rich. Or let me take from the not as poor to give to the not as rich. So the saying comes from back in the Reformation times. It's when the churches used that same motto. St. Paul would pay St. Peter. They would take the taxes from one church to pay to another. But what does that actually do? It doesn't really get anybody help. It just puts you in a deeper hole. Why would you want to do that? I don't understand. So this is something that our government is doing. They're robbing Peter to pay Paul. Just think about it. When you look at your income, you're like, well, I had to pay taxes this month. Wonder where that went. I barely had enough money to cover food for this month, but where did the rest of that money go? Government robbed Peter to pay Paul. How you doing? My name is Kimberly. And I would like to draw your attention to the government assistance and tell you why I think there shouldn't be a government assistance, or it should be very, very, very strict. I think that is being taken advantage of, and I think it's not fair at all. So I would like to go back to a personal experience. I grew up in Georgia, all Southern girl. Everybody has a poor neighborhood. Unfortunately, I did not grow up in a poor neighborhood, but I did see poor at home. I saw my mother not be able to make ends meet every single paycheck. I saw my mother not be able to sleep at night because she was not for certain where the next meal was going to come to. Well, in the average family, I think this happens a lot. But are they able to go to the government and ask for assistance? No. Whereas me, in my small town back in Georgia, I had friends in school with me that were having kids in high school, and they were able to go to the government and say, hey, I don't have any source of income. Help me. And the government would. But the person that's trying, they won't help them. I don't get it. So back in 1996, there was a act under the name of Personal Responsibility in Work. This was passed by President Clinton. This was an act on welfare that said, all right, you get welfare, but there's a maximum of 5 years, and after that time frame, you will work. Single parents, you need to work about 20 hours a week. Two-income families, about 35. I think that's fair. If you can receive free money, why not give back yourself? Why not try to help yourself? During my research about welfare abuse in the United States, I came upon a video. I want to share this video with you guys. This video is about a young lady who was placed on welfare, government assistance, back when she was 18. She's now 30. Take a look at this. That says 30-year-old Kiera of Baltimore has been on welfare for 12 years.
Okay, I'm 30 years old. I have 4 kids, and I've been on welfare for 12 years.
Some people are on welfare for a short period of time, while others take advantage and are on it for generation after generation. Do you live in government housing?
Yes, since I was 18, but they took me out because I didn't report my breaking.
Are you employed?
No.
How do you feel about that?
I'm comfortable with it, and I feel like I don't need to look for one because I get a check from the government every month.
How much do you collect in benefits?
I get $780 in food stamps, $500 in attendance, and I get Medicaid and WIC.
So there you have it. Somebody that has, on a documentary, admitted to abusing the government. She says, it's a free check. I get money. I have kids and the government takes care of me. How is that okay? It's not. What? My point is, the government has become a crutch for the nation. It's like the government that says, hey, you will not go hungry if you don't want to work. Fill out this piece of paper and it's okay. There has been a world-known war on poverty since 1964. So the aid has been abused for decades. But yet we have not come to a complete stop. This act that was passed in 1996 by President Clinton, it says, hey, you need to work. And if you don't work, you don't get paid. But yet you have people that have been on welfare for 12 years. And it says maximum of 5. How? I think that this world is very unfair. Like I said before, rob Peter to pay Paul. How does this make anything worse? Our government is in a crutch. Our government is hurting because we're in debt. How do you fix debt? Stop giving people money for 12 years that's not even worthy of it. They're abusing the government. If this act that was placed in 1996 is actually in place like it should be, there will be a requirement to work after you have been on for a consecutive 5 years. There will be a minimum hour week, 20 for a single, 35 for multifamily. There will be aid in childcare. And not only that, but it also puts an emphasis on the state to allow more jobs. And once that state allows more jobs and the poverty rate is decreased, welfare is also decreased, then the government will then push money into the states. So it's like an incentive. They say to the states, hey, you take control of your situation. We help you. We give you incentives. Who doesn't want free money, like she said? If you further watch this documentary, if anybody wants to look it up, her name's Kiera. I found it on YouTube under welfare abuser, Kiera, 30 years old. She then says, the interviewer asked her, does she feel bad for taking advantage of this money? She says, no, it's free money, quote unquote. And this is the money that's coming out of our pockets each month. How does that make you feel? Makes me feel furious. That's not fair. I say, take the whole look off of the government, put it on each individual state. That will give the state an incentive to give back and help the local communities, because at the end of the day, we have to help each other. I understand that. But if you're not trying, I can't help you. The only way that we can fix this is we get behind the politicians that are having the same views as we are. They are saying, hey, we have this act in place that we are not abiding by. Yes, we did change it and it's temporary assistance to the needy families, but is it really temporary if there's no end? We need to get behind these people that are pro-right. They know what's right and they want to do what's right. They know that this act has been in place and they want to abide by it. We need to get behind these people and we need to vote for that change. That is the only way that we can fix this. And if we see people that are abusing it, we should talk to them. The reason why people do these things is because of lack of education. They have no sense of self. I mean, it's not right. So the only way that we can help is by educating ourselves, educating our fellow neighbors, and most importantly, voting for the right people. Thanks for your time.